What is up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming back. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Today I have a wonderfully creepy encounter for you all that comes out of Michigan. So without further ado, let me tell you the encounter. I was 21 years old. This was the summer of 2015. My family usually spent our summers at lakes and visiting family, and this summer was no exception. This happened near Hewtown Lake, Michigan, or is that Hufftown Lake, Michigan? I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. The day was pretty normal. My father had been on me about not getting drunk with my friends. I had just turned 21 and had some buddies coming out there to hang out with me. My father was a very religious man who did not want to have to deal with a bunch of wasted kids while he had time off to relax. My younger sister had been nagging me all day to come hang out with us. She was 19. She had a crush on one of my pals and wanted to follow him around like a lost puppy. It irritated me, but I finally gave in and said she could tag along. We had planned on doing some fishing and just hanging out. My buddies arrived, and as expected, they brought booze and a lot of it. I truly was not that into the idea of getting wasted. I've never really been a fan of alcohol, and to this day, I still don't care for the taste. I don't mind a few cold ones, but I'm not a big drinker by any means. We had a good day, fishing, eating, and being on the water. We started a fire as soon as the sun set, and some girls we knew from high school had joined us that evening. We sat around being rambunctious and, well, just being young, I suppose. My friend Reed had a guitar he was strumming to. It sounded awful. The alcohol he had consumed all day had greatly affected his playing skills, and my other friend Dave was getting upset with him and yelling at him to stop. It was in the middle of all this that one of the girls had let out a blood-curdling scream. She was hollering something about yellow eyes staring at her. Her scream stopped all noise, including Reed's awful guitar playing. I asked her what she was yelling about, and she was trying to catch her breath enough to talk to me. She said there was a pair of yellow eyes watching her from the woods. We all got up and looked, but didn't see anything. She said it had just been there, but we could not see a thing. She began crying and saying she wanted to go. Her friends tried to calm her and tell her that they are sure it was nothing, and besides, they were all a little drunk and didn't want to get into a car and drive. Now, just 2 summers ago, a young lady we all knew very well had lost her life due to her drunk boyfriend getting behind the wheel. So our group was a little more cautious about drunk driving than your average youth. After about 20 minutes or so, we were able to convince her that it was okay. We went back to talking, laughing, and just having a good time. I remember having a terrible headache as that night went on. I had a strange humming in my ears as well that wouldn't go away, like when your ears ring, but this was constant. Now, side note, I found out later that a few of my friends were having the same issues with humming or ringing in the ears. I thought that was worth a mention. Anyhow, my sister, I'll call her Bridget, started screaming, and I remember feeling like my head was going to explode with how loud her screams were. She was yelling about seeing yellow eyes and a figure in the woods that looked like a wild dog that was standing on its back 2 feet. Now, upon hearing this, my friends erupted in laughter. Told her she had one too many and probably needed to go to bed. That is, all but the girl from earlier and myself. The girl from earlier was consoling her and telling her that it was okay, and she believed her because she saw it too. I was not so quick to brush this off because while she was and always will be my pain-in-the-butt sister, she's not one to make up stories. She also isn't one to get so wasted that she hallucinates. As of now, she is actually in college to become a physician's assistant. She has always been very smart and not at all one to over-dramatize. I sat beside her and the other girl and said, "What is it exactly that you guys saw?" my sister said to me, Mark, we need to go. We need to go and we need to get Dad. Something is in these woods that is going to hurt or kill someone. I know what I saw. I said, okay, calm down. Tell me exactly what happened. She said she had gone back to the car with her friend to get a sweater as it was getting chilly. On the way back, she needed to pee, so she told her friend to go ahead and she'd be right there. As she was done, she was leaving. She began to feel like something was watching her. So she said she hurried the pace and got going. At one point, she said she could smell what she described as when our dog has that anal gland issue that Mom always takes him to the vet for, and a wet dog combined. She said it was so strong that it was making her sick. She thought something had died, like a small animal in the woods. She says she then began to hear the sound of something breathing heavily and a growl. She turned around and saw it. She said it stood about as tall as Robbie, but a foot taller. Robbie was our cousin, who is 6'5". She said its eyes were glowing yellow. I said to her, maybe a reflection? She said, no, Mark, damn it, no, glowing. And that it gave her a look that made her feel like something awful was going to happen. At this point, she ran as fast as she could to us. Now, I was so confused by what my sister told me. The girl who saw the yellow eyes earlier said she saw 2 yellow eyes as well that had peered from behind a tree. And she kept saying, yes, yes, oh my God, yes, enthusiastically, as my sister would say, glowing when she was describing what she saw. I told my sister I would take her back. But at this point, my friend, who my sister had had a crush on, came over and told her that he would keep her safe and take care of her. She decided to stay after this. Surprise, surprise. He had that way about him with girls, you know. And I wasn't too happy that this time it was my little sister. However, today they are engaged to be married. We all settled down, and about 2 hours later, the most horrifying scream came out of those woods that I've ever heard. It was like babies crying, and yes, I mean plural, like babies crying, but an unnatural crying. And it pierced my ears. It was so loud, it seemed to buzz my insides, if that makes any sense. Something about this screaming did something to everyone, because faster than I could even collect my thoughts, everybody was grabbing their shit and running to their cars. I'm telling you, you had to be there. Something about this screaming put a fear inside you, like if you didn't run and run fast, you were going to die. I grabbed my sister and we ran. I dropped my phone as we were running. We were going so fast that when I stopped to grab it, I jerked my sister back by accident, and she screamed, "What the hell, Mark?" I told her I dropped my phone and to help me quickly. She turned her phone's flashlight towards the ground. We were in a blind panic looking for it. Everybody was ahead of us now. I found it, and when I came up, I turned my flashlight on. At that very second, my light caught the glow of 2 sets of yellow eyes, and I froze. My sister, trying to run, was once again jerked back by me. "What the hell now, Mark?" she screamed. Me now, trembling, holding my phone in the air, she shined her light in the direction I was looking. She yelled, "Holy shit, that's it. Holy shit, Mark, there's 2 of them." The smell was in the air. That smell she had described earlier. These things were growling. I said, "Run, run now." And we ran as fast as we could. We could hear them, one on each side of us, running parallel to us. And I remember thinking, what kind of a nightmare am I even in right now? One darted across us at the speed of a cheetah. No joke. It looked like in those nature shows when a cheetah is running full speed. That's what it reminded me of anyway. My sister screamed. I could hear something behind us as I turned my light, and there was one running directly behind me. That horrible cry again. But these creatures that were beside us and behind us were not making that sound. So either there were more further away, or something else entirely was making that awful cry. I heard a loud rip, and my heart sank in my chest as I felt something on my back. I thought for a split second. It got me, and all I could think was, if they're distracted with me, my sister may have a chance to get away. But I kept running to my shock and surprise. It was then I realized it had ripped off my backpack, but I was getting away. Just then, we could see the lights from the other cars and hear the sound of the engines revving to leave. When we got to the car, we got in and drove so fast, I am surprised we did not crash. Thank God my sister was with me because she had a set of keys to the car we shared because mine were in the backpack. That next day, we were in shock. My sister wanted badly to tell my parents, but I told her that Dad would never believe us and think that we had gotten wasted or done drugs and had hallucinated. I went back 2 days later to try and find my backpack. To no avail, I tried to get one of my buddies to go with me, but no one would. In fact, no one barely spoke of this ever again, but a few things here and there. I found my backpack, and there were 4 incredibly large slits going sideways down the side of the back. This was a good, sturdy backpack. This wasn't cheap material. It was thick, sturdy material that I tried to puncture later on with my hunting knife and had struggled to do so. My backpack smelled like these things. I think I still have that backpack in a box somewhere. I tried to find it to take a picture of it, and if I ever do, I'll send it to you. I know these things are real. I don't know what they are, though. I've spent many nights thinking of this. I know if they wanted us, they could have taken us. They were so fast. So incredibly damn fast. It's like they were toying with us, messing with us. But why? I don't know. I don't have those answers. I've made myself go back many times after this. I decided I wasn't going to let these things scare me away from where I love spending my time. My sister, however, went to a city college, and I'm pretty sure she will never move back here. Her fiance and myself talk about that night from time to time. He says, my sister has nightmares, and so does he. He says they just can't shake the fear they felt that night, and it has greatly affected them long term. I hope to one day find out what these are and educate the public on them. Thank you for letting me share my encounter, Mark. And thank you all for tuning in to this encounter tonight. I will upload another one this evening or tomorrow. I am not sure. I am not feeling so well, so we will see. But much love to all of you. Please leave me comments. I love, love, love reading your comments. And until next time, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.